Welcome to TRADEREP. This is Short Hammer. It is the 27th of August, 2019, and we're taking a look at the SPY. Now, this is on the 4-hour chart. Now, what I'm watching for on the SPY that's kind of interesting is that if we go back to about the 5th of August, we had a drawdown, and it took us below this 282 area. But when the buyers stepped in, they pushed us back up to the 293s. Sellers took control again, pulled us back down. We tested the 286s. Buyers stepped back in, pushed us back up to the 293s. The next round of selling took us down through the 282. Where is it? The 282s again here. Buyers stepped in, pushed us back up. Little pullback here, then back into the 293s. Then this last round of selling took us down into the 282s. Buyers stepped in again and pushed us up. Now, right now, we are sort of in between the climb to the 293s, and we're sort of halfway there. So I'm wondering, will this be similar to this pattern here, where we came part of the way down and pushed back up, where we go part of the way up and we push back down? So I'm going to watch to see what happens tomorrow. If we don't get over these 288.70s, then I might be looking for a reversal to the downside to push through these 282s, or to retest these 282s. And make no mistake, even though buyers have been stepping in and we've pushed back above this 282 area to the 293s, we can easily just roll over and dump down here. This is in the blink of an eye. But I'm just watching this to see if we have a continuation here, or if we just roll over and go back through the bottoms here. So I'll be watching this on the intraday for an entry. Let's take a peek over at the 5-minute to see what those levels look like. But I just wanted to show this on the 4-hour because I thought this was interesting, the amount of times that we sort of bounce back and forth between the 282s and the 293s. Now, this is our 5-minute chart. And if we look at the open today, we opened right around this 287.62 area, and we just pretty much sold all the way down to the 285s. Right here is this orange line, the 200 SMA. Looks like we caught a bid here. Buyer stepped in, pushed us back up through the main intraday pivot, this yellow dash line, right into the weekly pivot. We pulled back, held this supply demand zone, the upper portion. Buyer stepped in, drove us into the bottom of this supply demand zone. Retested again, sold back off through the main intraday, through the weekly. Down here, we kind of held the upper portion of the supply demand zone. Buyer stepped in again and ran us into the close, pushing us back up into this supply demand zone. So we'll see where we open tomorrow. The main intraday pivot is at 287.21, it looks like. So we'll see if we're above or below this, whether we're open up here or we open up down here. We'll see. But from where we open up, we can just play that. For me, I like to play zone to zone, but I have to see the momentum and the continuation. So I'll be watching to see if we are matriculating to the downside, which on that 4-hour chart, it showed us that there is the potential that we can stop halfway and roll back through the bottom. But there's also potential that if we get the buying pressure, that we can squeeze and test those 293s. So it seems like a pretty wide range on the SPY. But let's keep an eye on it to see which way we go, as far as, do we go up, test 293s, or do we roll back down through those 282s?